my first year of graduate school, I was in a class and we were talking about communication in the church, and I thought, I have something to say about this. I was a communications major in college, and I learned something that would help in this conversation. And so I waited for a break in the conversation, and I spoke up. I said, I studied communications theory in college, and I think that was as far as I got. Another student interrupted me, and she said, why do men always have to tell us why they're the expert in something before they give us their answer? If the idea is good, it shouldn't matter. And I still don't agree with that assessment, but it was a profound moment in my life. It may have been the first time that I had ever experienced being dismissed because of my anatomy. I was 25. I had a good run. Yeah. But bias like this happens all the time, everywhere, right? And many of you probably didn't make it out of kindergarten before you experienced it. But as I look out on this congregation, the majority of us are in the majority. And because of that, the idea that we may be included simply because of our skin color or our religion makes us uncomfortable. Are you feeling uncomfortable? In the Gospels, this kind of bias happens among the Jewish people. The Jews had been the outsiders for so long that they held on to their identity as God's chosen, like it was the only thing that they had. And perhaps it was. Today we're going to hear Jesus tell us that he intends to widen the circle of those who can be called God's chosen ones. And as you can imagine, it didn't go over well with those who already held that status. Who are the outsiders today? Who isn't included in the circle of God's chosen ones? Ponder these for a little bit as we begin to worship God this morning. Would you please stand and